An uncertain future for undocumented immigrants across the United States tonight, now that President Donald Trump is back in the White House. He's reversed several immigration orders from former President Joe Biden's administration, including one that narrowed deportation priorities. Trump has also declared a national emergency at the southern border. And late this afternoon, he reversed policies that limit where undocumented immigrants can be arrested, like schools and churches. He also signed an order that would end birthright citizenship. But the president's moves are already seeing pushback across the country. Ben Henry talks to Minnesota's Attorney General about the lawsuit now filed against it.
You feel the president broke his oath of office by doing this. How so?
Because I think that the president should take care to uphold the law of the land, and the law of the land is, in fact, birthright citizenship.
Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison is talking about one of President Donald Trump's many executive orders.
This next order
called Protecting the Meaning and Value of American Citizenship. President Trump is aiming to end the more than century-old constitutional right of birthright citizenship, which under the 14th Amendment says anyone born in the U.S. is a citizen.
That's a good one. Birthright.
The president is arguing there needs to be tougher standards on becoming a citizen.
It really is sort of going to hit close to home.
Now, Ellison is joining 21 other states in suing to block the executive order.
It's an affront, it's an insult, it's an shame, it's outside of our culture and our law, and I believe we're going to win.
In the order, President Trump is directing federal agencies to stop issuing citizenship documents to U.S.-born children with parents who are undocumented or are here on a temporary visa.
People born in the United States are United States citizens, and that's been settled law.
Ben Casper is a staff attorney with Minnesota's chapter of the American Civil Liberties Union.
I don't think it will ever go into effect, but in the interim, it's going to cause a great deal of fear.
If you don't win, if it's enacted, what kind of impacts would it have?
Devastating impact. I mean, so many people who you and I know as being American in every way that you can be an American will suddenly not be Americans.
The order is set to take effect on February 19th, but we know a federal judge has already set a hearing Thursday morning on a temporary restraining order. A.G. Ellison says he fully expects this to make it all the way to the Supreme Court. And in their suit, the attorneys general say the U.S. Supreme Court has twice upheld birthright citizenship, regardless of the immigration status of the newborn's parents. Lindsay, of course, will be following it closely.
All right.